Hey there, my name is Omolola Osunde, and yes, welcome to another episode of the In Trauma series. And actually, this evening I'm going to be talking about something that has actually bothered my mind, and of course, over the past few weeks and months, I have had episodes of me speaking to encourage people who I just lost a loved one, a family member, and this goes across people that I know on a personal level, and even people that I got connected to with on the social media space, and of course, specifically for the people that I am actually personally close to. Of course, we've had episodes of we talking to ourselves, reminding ourselves, and of course encouraging ourselves in the Lord. But I found out that, of course, it's not like anybody has not lost one thing or the other idea at any point in time. You probably lost your hairpiece, your AirPod, your notes in secondary school. Remember when you finally received that chemistry note and somebody stole it, and you know you just lost something at one point or the other. But the pain of losing something cannot be compared to the pain of losing a loved. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm taking my knowledge as a registered nurse and then merging it up with some aspect of psychology and of course the cognitive process of grieving. It is actually quite complicated, really, because grief has, some people say it has 5 stages, some people say it has 7 stages. We have a number of stages as grief is a very complicated, it's a very complex phenomenon, and a lot of people grieve at different degrees, at different levels, for different purposes. And it is not just about grief or the person that we lost now. It is about what is the after effect, the impact on the person grieving, and ultimately on the people that are surrounding them. And that is why I'm making this video. So basically, when you lose someone, one of those things you feel at the first instance can be denial. Be reminded that grief has a lot of stages. So one of those things you can first feel is denial. No, I still spoke with this person last night. No, I still texted them last week. I know we still had the business deal we were. I'm talking about, or you can even like, I slept beside this person. What happened? And you're just at denial. No, this is not possible. This is wrong. No, 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 no. You're lying. And that transits into what? Anger. And that anger can be for a lot of reasons. The anger can be for the reason that maybe you're thinking the person that broke the news to you is lying. Or you can be like, that's such an expensive joke. Or you can be angry because you are just like, you can't explain it. And yeah, I can just do it for a lot of reasons, And at that point in time, some sudden realities, you have not accepted that, but some sudden realities are dawning on you, like, Susie has died. You started crying. Some people are not even crying. They'll just be staring. They are having flashback of memories and everything in between. And, it can be crazy. And after then, you just want to a stage of acceptance, right? And you got to a stage of acceptance. But even at that acceptance, you're still disagreeing with those who like, no, until I see the hard proof evidence that this thing happened, I can't believe that they are no more. And you can actually jump that phase of denial into anger, and you can just move from the stage of denial and anger and just jump to bereavement. Like, you just break out crying, especially for people that have their relative or their loved one, significant other, who are spending significant number of time or weeks or months at a healthcare facility. Talk about people at all this long-term illness like cancer and everything. So grief can be that complicated. But I want you to understand, of course, coming from somebody who has had to face the hard reality of grief several times at critical phases of life. You see, the first thing that might happen to you is you might be guilt tripping yourself that, oh, if I had been at this scene, maybe this thing wouldn't have happened. Or if I had done this thing, maybe this could have been avoided. Or, oh, I caused this because of one thing I said or that I did or that I did not do. The first thing I want you to do is don't guilt trip yourself. Let's settle that one first, because it will happen. And the funny thing is, even if you were not there, or even if you were there at that time, what just think about what if you couldn't be able to have done something. I know this video might get some of you angry, or it can trigger you, but you still need this video, so stay with me. And another thing that can actually happen to you is that you can now start feeling like, okay, it has happened, life goes on. Life does not goes on. No. Whatever way you feel like you should express that grief, that pain, that loss, please express it. One of the ways that is not good to express grief, of course, there's no one size fits all for how to express your grief. But one of those ways that is not actually great, because it can cause a damage to you and to people around you and to properties, is breaking or destroying things. As much as possible, please don't break or destroy things. So is it that you're feeling you want to cry and people tell you don't cry? Please cry. You know all those kata cry that be bringing out thick mucus. Please cry and bring out the thick mucus. But at the point in time, you really need to go take a shower and eat food. I'm telling you, eat food. Why? Because you can cry to the extent that you cause some very serious damage to yourself. And you have to think about it. If you cause a very serious damage to yourself, are there some legacies of that person that you've lost that you will really want to preserve, that you will be able to preserve with a deteriorated health? And of course, this is just like a general video. And another thing that you might be feeling is like, oh, this thing that has happened now, where do I want to start from? Of course, especially if those people are feeling a very significant gap for you, you will feel the gap. So how do you feel? FILL, the gap. One of those things that I did in times of my own grief was I actually went to my safe space. What do I call my safe space? My safe space are actually people. Could be your friends, could be your family, could be your trusted colleague at work or at school. I had to go to my safe space. These people, they are ready to hear me cry endlessly. Well, at the end of it, oh yeah, Lola, come and eat. Or Lola, we prepared water for shower for you. Or Lola, it's fine. You know, encouragement and everything. That is the first thing I do. Another thing that you can actually do is, because that's what I do, that I did, is that I listen to soul lifting music. They do your soul a lot of good, because grief happens at the realm of the soul. I listen to gospel music, most especially. I will put a list of the gospel music that can help in times of grieving in the description of this video, so do well to check it. And another thing that I made sure that I did is that I had to tell myself that it is not me that caused it, because the guilt was so much at some point. So, and I really did there were times I actually carried the book, I journaled. Journaling is not something, you know, people have hyped journaling so much. It's not like you have to now take a time. Just, you can actually take a sheet of paper, but for documentation purpose, so that I can easily go back to it, I recommend you get a small book. You can actually get a to-do list, Elio brand has quite a number of those. You can check them out. I can drop a link in the description too for that purpose. I'm going to drop it into that. And it's not just Elio is for, you can actually reach out to them for every other thing that you need. Next is, aside from that, one of those things I do that really help me. See, life is hard, especially in times when we are grieving. So one of those things I did, that in fact I do a lot, is pray. You can never imagine how much prayer does for your soul, for your body, for your spirit. People see you like, is this person not grieving? But literally, the joy of God is what is keeping you, because the joy of the Lord should be your strength. There's no amount of motivation that can help you. And finally, I remember one of those times I was grieving. I actually lost my mom at that time. And I listened to one sermon, one message. This message changed my life. I'm going to drop the link to that sermon so that I can listen to it. And of course, some other resources for grieving. So basically, I still look forward to making a proper video, because I just feel like this is like out of concern that I should put this out there. Proper video, how you can help yourself or other persons that are grieving. They are in their grieving period. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Omolola Osunde, and I actually talk about trauma and how you can get over trauma to becoming a whole and better version of yourself. I hope you find this video helpful and insightful. If you found this video helpful, kindly click on like, comment, and of course subscribe to this channel, and do what? Share this video. Do not watch it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.